Hey there, welcome back to the channel. My name is Carrie with Blue City Pickin, and if you're new here, I'm a part-time reseller that goes around to garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores to find things to flip for a profit on eBay. And I will say I have been hitting the thrift store side of that a lot more lately just because it's what I can fit into my schedule. So these are definitely more common right now are my thrift store hauls. So hopefully you guys understand that and can still come along and learn what to pick up at thrift stores that will sell. So I hit up one of my local Goodwills yesterday. I was there like maybe an hour, and that is the sum total of sourcing that I've done this week. It's been a little bit crazy. It's Halloween, so lots of personal, fun family things going on, as well as just work in general being super busy. So that's just kind of where we are. Sales have been pretty not great. Today is Saturday, November 1st. I've sold two things yesterday and today. Two. Yeah. I have no idea what's going on. I know the economy's not great right now, and there's other things, so I just kind of have to chalk it up to that. And so I'm not spending a lot of time sourcing right now until I can start to see the output of my store start to increase again, because I don't need to source more inventory if there's nothing coming out the back end. The other thing that I am working on right now is I am doing a full re-inventory of everything in my store, going through everything that I have in all of my boxes in my garage, which is where I keep my inventory, going through box by box, item by item, shelf by shelf, and labeling everything in my store with a location of where it is. If I end up with something that does not have a location in my store, I will know that I need to spend some time trying to find that or delisting it because it has missed itself. I'm also pulling out anything that is no longer listed and has somehow magically vanished from eBay. So because I have spent less time on shipping and some other things over the last few weeks, I have been able to go ahead and get that started. And now's a good time to do that before the holidays, which hopefully are for the next month. Sales pick up, but if they don't, it's okay. One of the only perks of doing this part time is that when sales do slow down, all it does is keeps me from saving as much to pay for my kids' braces and things like that. So currently that is what I am using the eBay money for. Is I've got one kid that's about to start braces and one that is going to start probably in the next 6 to 12 months. So I've got some pretty big bills coming to help with the orthodontia. So yeah, that's where my reselling money goes. All right, you ready to get into it? Let's start with the couple of toys that I picked up, and then we'll go over the bags and then clothing, because that's really, oh, and I did find one pair of shoes that was amazing. That was like one of the last things I found. First, it's Bob! Bob the Builder. This is a talking Bob from 2001. I have not switched out his batteries yet to see if he works. I did pay $2.99 for him. He looks to be worth about 13 or 14, but he's so cute. I just couldn't leave him there. I have sold a couple Bob the Builder things recently for some decent money, like some board books. So don't leave Bob on the shelf. The other thing I picked up was this World of Barbie doll case. It was $9.99, and if you can see down at the bottom, it's from the 60s. And so the good thing was that they did not tape it shut. I would have flipped out because that would have ruined the graphic. The case is not in the best of shape, so I mean, I'm probably only going to be able to list this for about 10 to 12, but I did have a couple of good finds inside that will recover my money as well. The main one that I saw when I opened, and I was like, well, hopefully there's more, there were not, was this little This is a Francie Black Label Barbie. This is her Snakes Charmers coat and hat. Apparently there's a dress and boots that go with this, that if you have all of them, it's worth more. But I should be able to get 15 to 20 out of just this and get my money back. And then this is not a Barbie. This is like a Taylor doll or something like that. But look at this. Her head turns, like her scalp. I'm like, is this like a Hannibal Lecter doll? Like where you can, I don't know. It did have markings on the back and on the rear end, so I was able to suss out what this was. And then I found a couple of outfits that appear to be that brand as well. This one, and I think this one go with it. So those should get me maybe like 15 to 20 from that. And then there are some other like homemade not Barbie, fashion doll clothes in here that I will list. And then there's also some accessories, like 3 different pairs of shoes. There's 2 pairs of boots and a pair of heels, as well as a brush. And I may already have an accessory lot, a vintage accessory lot posted. If I do, I may just pull that down and add it to it. But yeah, there was also a bunch of other like homemade things in here that were super fun to look at. But yeah, $9.99, probably not the best return on my investment. I was hoping to get like more than just one like nice Black Label vintage, but you know, that is what it is. The other fun thing, I don't know if you can see it, there's a Charlie's Angels sticker on the inside from 1977. I'm like, that's just kind of cool in and of itself. Yeah, Spelling Goldberg Productions, 1977. Good, clean family fun right there. All right, bags. This was the first one I found. It's just one of those classic Kavu sling bags. This one was $5.99. I think I can get about 16 to 19 out of it. Easy shipper, easy lister. I was looking for a little bit of inventory because I do not have a lot right now. I think I maybe have like 20 drafts, and I like to list about 30 a week. Like, even though my sales have been bad or worse than usual, I still list 25, 30 a week, sometimes 35 if sales are better, but I do need some inventory. The other thing I picked up, this is a 511 Tactical. If you're not familiar with that brand, it is a nice brand. This was $6.99, and this should sell for about $29 because it's like brand new. The other bag, I did pay up for this one, but I think it is going to yield nice results because it is a very nice like travel weekender bag with a laptop sleeve and everything, and it is a nice brand. This is a Le Sport sack. Usually I just find those in like small crossbodies, but this is a very large backpack. I'm not so sure you can tell. I mean, like right next to my head, you can tell how large it is. It has 3 individual pockets. It is expandable, has a laptop sleeve, and it actually, this middle pocket completely unzips and like lays open. And it's almost like this is a weekender bag. So I've got to do a little bit more research on it. But yeah, look, I mean, this like completely lays open so that you can pack, and it has a unzippable trolley sleeve. So like to put on your suitcase. So all of those are sellable factors. I did pay $14.99 for this, but I'm thinking it'll sell for about $50. So that is totes cool with me. I guess my good pair of sneakers. This is another good find. This is a nice brand of duffel bag. This is the brand Full, F-U-L. You can see I did pay $14.99 for this one as well. Oh, no, $15.99. But this is a wheelie carry-on bag from Full. This actually is not that bad to ship. You just fold it down and put it in a, wrap it and put it in a poly mailer. It'll ship fine. It will cost like $20 to ship, but at $14.99, if I can get 50 out of it, that is a very nice bag. And I thought about keeping it, but we don't really need any more bags. And then like the surprise of the day, because I was like, okay, I think I've found enough stuff. They were stocking while I was there, which was a blessing. So most of the things that I got were red sticker, which was no orange, orange, I think, which was the new color of the week. So literally everything I picked up was that orange color. Um, yep, orange. Yep, this was 1031. So these went out yesterday. This was my find of the day. If you look real close, you might be able to read it. It says Blundstone. I've never found Blundstones, not even like destroyed ones. And these are practically new. Like there's no wear on these. Like if you look inside, like the logo is mega clean, no wear whatsoever. Now they all are a smaller size, so they are 6.5, which will impact their value. And I did pay $19.99 for these, but I'm expecting to get hopefully about 80 to 90 out of them. So at $19.99, pay up on those. Hopefully the Blundstones do deliver. So that was I literally, I saw it and I was like, please tell me Goodwill does not know what they have. And so I flipped it over and I'm like 20. I'm like, they kind of know what they have. But there was literally almost a fight yesterday in the one I was in. Like it was a verbal thing where somebody was arguing with one of the employees about how they had priced some shoes that were behind the counter. And I'm like, if you don't like the price, just don't buy them. Like, do I agree with how Goodwill has priced things in the past? No, I don't. But it's all about understanding that they've got to make money too, and they're going to try to maximize their profit just like any other reseller. I understand they get it for free, but it's not free for them to process it and get it out on the floor. So while I don't agree with some of how they price things, I get it and I understand it. I'm not going to fight somebody over it. So just leave it and move on. It's just not worth getting frustrated over. All right. Next thing I found was, and I don't know if I've found this brand before or not. This is an Eloquii skirt. It is a plus size brand. This is a 26, 28, I think was the size. Yep. And it was new with tag, and it's like this really cute stretchy skirt with a tie. I think it'll come down to the knee, a little below the knee, and there is a little high-low action going on. This was $5.99, and once again, orange tag, and it should sell for about 29 to 30, hopefully. Oh yeah, we're in the clothes now. Welcome. All right, next up is something from the brand XCVI. I think the new tag is like XCVI wearables or something like that. I've not found anything XCVI in a long time. This is like a 3/4 length zip up linen jacket, high, low, definitely beachy resort. It's got some stretch to it because it's a cotton linen blend. It was $5.99 and it's a size extra large, and there's no stains or snags or tears or anything. Hoping to get 25 to 30 out of that. Next was something to experiment with. This is like an art to wear brand. The brand is The Added Touch, and it does say unique wearable art. It's in really nice condition. It is a size small, but it's definitely like got all of the lag and look things to it with the art to wear. High low, vented, slouchy, loose fit, 3/4, fun stuff on it. So this was $5.99. This one was not an orange tag. And that should hopefully sell between right now 25 maybe. Next I bought for style, and because it was new with tag, it is not a brand I've ever heard of. This is a like mini sequin skirt, size medium, very stretchy. It still has the tags on it. I believe this was also $5.99. Yep. I'm going to keyword the ever living mess out of this and try to get this sold for the holiday season, and hopefully for about 25 to 30. My goal is to make about $15 profit on each item. So when I'm picking stuff up, with the exception of like Bob, um, that's usually my goal. Now, if I pay up for something, obviously I would like to make a little bit more than that, but I don't get too worked up about it. I just move on. All right, next up is another new with tag item. This is a vintage Norton Studio size 14, like acrylic and cotton skirt, but it has these really pretty fall leaves on it. It's a maxi length, perfect for winter, and like I said, new with tags. It was $44 back in the day. Yep. It is the Equinox skirt in the color walnut. So perfect for the fall. I just thought it was super cute. Once again, hope to get 25, 30 out of that. And then this one was a nice find too. Also, orange tag had just been put out. This is a Toffs is the brand, a size 8. And if you look real close, you can see genuine leather. This is a maxi brown genuine leather button front suede skirt for $5.99. I couldn't leave her there. A couple of the buttons are loose, but they don't take it. They're not off. And so I plan to list that for about $29 and hopefully get that skirt. As you can see, I spent some time in the skirts today. Next is another new with tag item that was a nice find. This is a gray chunky knit Talbot's sweater in a size large, so nice size. So, but yeah, little chunky, nice knit there. Let's see here. This is not like super old Talbot, so I'm not exactly sure what this tag is from. I didn't look to see when this one was from. It does not say. Oh, 22, so 2022. New tag, super cute. Thought about keeping it. May end up pulling it and keeping it. Who knows? But for $5.99, hopefully that'll sell for 25 to 30. And then I found a couple J. Jill items. These do not sell for much. They are definitely bread and butter, but they are solid, reliable sellers. This was a Love Linen size large open front navy blue cardigan, like waterfall front, size large. It was orange tag, $6.99. So this probably is not going to get me my $15. But since I was looking for inventory and I know I did not get 35 things that day, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I only got 18 things, so that's all I'm going to have to list for this week, which is fine. I've got a few things kind of stashed away that haven't been listed yet, so I should be fine, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, so I did pick up a couple bread and butter, like not going to sell for that much more, just to kind of supplement because I felt like these would at least sell fairly quickly right now. And then the last thing I picked up was another J. Jill. This was an extra large, yes, orange tag. This is a long line, like teal green, loose knit, open front sweater cardigan. These are definitely tried and true sellers for me. Super cute, so probably about 20 to 25 on that one as well. So no absolute bangers unless you consider these Blundstone bangers. Now, if they had been like $6.99 and I could sell them for that much, that would be a banger. I mean, I guess I can't complain. I was happy to find those. I've never seen those before. I've never found vintage Barbie at Goodwill before. I've never found a Le Sports backpack travel bag like that. Very rarely do you find new with tag at my Goodwill. I think I might have just gotten lucky that they had just put it out. And then like the skirt section is not as popular. And so I have spent a little bit more time over in the skirt section. I went through the dresses and some of the other shirts and stuff and didn't really find anything. So, yeah, happy with that haul. And I guess the only other thing I'd kind of leave you with is I am currently debating what I am going to do with my promoted listings after January. I contemplated going ahead and ending my promotions now. I do promote at a standard 5% across the board. Um, I thought about going ahead and ending it now, but my sales are so bad right now. I'm like, let's just keep it maybe till the end of the year, and then I'll cut my promotions at the end of December before the January change. If you haven't heard what they're doing about the promoted listings, they're changing how they're attributing something selling to a promoted listing. So I don't, this is my interpretation. And there's people out there that have done full videos on this that if you want to know more, you should definitely go look at them. One of the better ones is Justin Resales. If you haven't seen it, do that. It's basically today, if someone clicks on your item because it's been promoted and they buy that item at any point after they've originally clicked on it, you get charged the promotion fee, which I'm totally fine with. Now it appears that it's if anyone clicks on your item and it's promoted, and then it sells to somebody else who found it through totally organic avenues, you're still going to get charged that promotion fee, which to me is absolutely absurd. You cannot attribute the sale to that person that it was organically done to the fact that it was promoted. It makes zero sense to me. So I am planning on turning off my promotions, and we'll just take a hit and move on with our lives. I have seen other much larger resellers than myself that have like 10,000 items, 5,000 items, saying that they are going to do something similar. So I don't think this is going to have the effect that eBay was hoping in getting them additional revenue. If anything, if more of us turn them off, they will lose money. So I'm kind of hoping that some of the larger sellers out there that do promote will stop promoting so that we can kind of stand in solidarity there, because it is absurd. You cannot change the definition of the word attribution to just what you want it to be so that you can grab more money. We're already paying very large amounts in fees on eBay. So in addition to that, I've been thinking about cross listing. Yep. So I've always said I'm a single platform seller because the idea of expanding that kind of stresses me out because I do this part time and I just don't feel like I can comfortably keep up with multiple platforms. I have thought about doing Poshmark for the clothing and shoes. So I am currently contemplating that. I've got to really see what it would take to get that up and running, and then kind of how you manage inventory effectively with it being across two platforms. So working on that mentally, but yeah, I am planning on turning off promotions at the end of the year. So we'll see how much fun that hit is going to be. At this point, everything is just kind of crummy because of the economy and all the reasons that I'm not going to talk about on here, but just not great. So I appreciate you stopping by, hanging out. If you made it this far, I appreciate it more than you know, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.